Hello. Hello. I know, you guys. I just posted a book haul 2 weeks ago. Let that sink in. I posted a book haul 2 weeks ago, and I'm back with another one. I have a whole bunch of books sitting right beside me, and I was like, oh wait a second, I left out a book. Do you see how bad it's getting? Cause I do. Do I care though? Not really. I just know I'm gonna dread putting these books away. Cause I have like 7 different shelves dedicated to different, like I have a whole bunch of shelves because I literally have too many books to keep on one shelf. But we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So today we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books. Last week I think it was about 9 or 10. So that means in the past month I've bought 20 plus books. And I still have books that are not here yet that are like in the shipment process. That says a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the special edition because it's literally gorgeous. So we have a Deep End special edition from 𝙎𝙬𝙘𝙀. I wanted the reversible jacket, which has like the 2 characters standing together, because I have all of the reversible jackets. But at the time I heard people saying like Deep End was spicy. I was like, I'm not gonna get Deep End, so I'm not gonna get the special edition. But then I read Deep End after saying I wouldn't, and I loved it. And by the time I got to 𝙎𝙬𝙘𝙀, they were not selling the reversible jacket ones anymore because those sold out, and they just had like the normal ones with like the different cover and like the actual hardback cover itself. So yeah, it's gorgeous though, so I'm really not complaining. She's literally a beauty. I don't like the dust jacket that comes with it. I just not a big fan of it, so I'm not using it. But this is it says wet floor. If you get it, you get it. I had a whole bunch of people commenting on my video where I showed this special edition. They were like, wet, like why is it spelled like that? My best friend was like, is the author illiterate? I was like, no, I swear, if you get it, you get it. If you get it, you get it. So wet floors, I have a little pool there, which is like gorgeous. I don't know who drew this. I'm gonna have to check back again, but whoever did this, they did an amazing job. Then it has like the little, I think it's called foils. The foils, look at it. Gorgeous. The spine and then the back, which is like still really pretty. Like, do you see all the detail that went into this? Oh my goodness. And then there's like the sprayed edges, which is like, you know, on the normal book it has the sprayed edges with the water, but this one I feel like looks better. I don't know, what is that? Whatever. And then there's like the end papers. So it's this is the library scene, I think. I mean, there's books right behind them. I swear I'm dead. And then this is the scene where I think this is like how she learns how to, I forgot what kind of dive it was, but she learns how to dive again. She knew how to dive before, but this is the scene where she knows how to do the specific dive that she needs to win the competition. So yeah. Next up, I've actually already read these 2 books, but someone pointed out to me, they were like, well, this show just got signed for a Netflix series, and we don't want the little Netflix stickers on our copies, and we don't want them to replace the actual books with the actors and everything like that on the cover. I was like, you know, that's a good point, because I only owned the first 2 books. And so I got the other 2 books in the Twisted series. So I actually read the entire Twisted series. I read Twisted Love on my actual physical copy. Then I read the rest of them on Kindle Unlimited, because this was back when I used Kindle Unlimited. I don't now, because I literally don't like reading ebooks. The only reason I got Kindle Unlimited was to read this and read some other books by indie authors, because I literally had no kind of like budget to buy books. I didn't have no money to buy the books, because, you know, indie authors, they're expensive, but it's because literally Amazon takes a large portion of their books, so they have to be expensive. Yeah, these are some chunky babies. Like, I wasn't expecting these to be this chunky, because when I read this, I flew through all of these in about a day or 2, and they seemed not so chunky. But then I'm holding them, and these things are heavy in one hand. Okay, they're not heavy, you know, but like, they got some weight to them. And these things are chunky. Like, do you see this? It didn't even feel like all this. But before they put the little stick up that says now a Netflix series, or now a series on Netflix, like how they did with the Good Girls Guide to Murder, I didn't get As Good as Dead before. I think As Good as Dead has the Netflix sticker, but all my other books by Holly Jackson don't, because I got them all before it became signed to Netflix, because I started reading the series a few months before it got announced, you know, everything, because I had seen it speculating and I was like, I want to read this too. We're not talking about, you know, I can deep dive into that another day, but I'm not making that mistake again. So I ordered these while they don't have their stickers up there, because I needed my physical copies for myself. Next up is another book that I've already read, which is The Breakup Tour. I read this book last year. I don't remember anything that happened in it. I just remember enjoying it. You can go see my review on Goodreads. And I was going through my wish list, and I had a whole bunch of books up there that I had read ebook or listened to on audio. And I was like, dang, I don't own any of these. So I was like, okay, whenever I buy books now, I'm gonna buy a book that I've already read. So that way I can cross that off my list of books I need to get. But I can also have a new book. So the book of my choice when I ordered was The Breakup Tour by Emily Emily Wibberley. I literally, it's not that complicated. And Austin Sigmund-Broka, which I heard they write all their books together. And so I read this. It's supposed to be like a Taylor Swift based off kind of romance story, where the guy gets the girl, like his ex and whatnot. And so yeah, I read this. I remember enjoying it. I don't remember what it's about. I'm not gonna reread it though, because you guys know I don't do rereads. I don't remember it. I might do a reread, because I don't remember anything that happened in this book besides like her actual concerts. But I feel like if I'm that easy to forget, was it that good? And I just reached myself out of this kind of slump that I'm in, and I don't want to put myself back in that slump. Oh my goodness. Oh. Sorry. But if I don't, maybe it wasn't that good if I don't remember anything, because I read Bride a year ago. Remember everything that happened in that. Read Twisted Love almost a year ago. Remember everything that happened in that. Read Love and Gelato a year ago. Remember everything that happened in that. Murder Trending. Remember everything. Powerless. Remember everything. So it was like kind of like The Reappearance of Rachel Price. Remember everything. I read The Reappearance of Rachel Price and The Breakup Tour around the same time, which was like around the spring, I want to say. So was it really that good if I forgot it? But I read it and I went on a physical copy. Next up, I read one of these books in this series trilogy. I don't know if there's gonna be another book. I just know there's 3 books right now. I read the first book and I hated it. Read the third book, skipped the second book because I literally just didn't read the second book, no particular reason why. But the third book I saw in Barnes & Noble a few weeks before it came out, and I bought it and I read it and I liked it. And I needed my physical copies because I actually had a physical copy of this book, but my friend loved this book and she was like, well, you don't even like it, and she took my copy, and I let her take it. I was like, you can have it. But now looking back, I was like, I went on a physical copy because the cover is like cute, and so I got that book. That's another book I needed a physical copy of, and also got another book that was the second series, and this is the Maple Hills series. So I hated Icebreaker. I read this at the beginning of the year. There's literally no plot, nothing to remember. So yeah, I gave this 1 star. Did not enjoy it, but the cover's cute. So is our characters. And I just remember Anastasia being a total grump, and Nate being like a sunshine character. And then, oh, in the world. Then this is Wildfire, also an adorable cover. I've heard things about this book. Basically it's supposed to be like, oh yeah, these 2 people have a little thing and they go to a camp, and apparently you can't fraternize with other camp counselors, I think. I bought it, and we're gonna read this during the summer because it takes place at a summer camp. I have a lot of books that I bought so I can specifically read them in the summer, because summer is my favorite season of the year, and I wanted to get some books because summer's coming actually way faster than I thought it would. And so I got Wildfire. I feel like I'm really low energy today, y'all. I promise. If you guys are new here, I feel like this is how I always act low energy. Next up, this one I've been seeing this one all around. I've been wanting to read the series for a while, and so I said, okay, sign me up, get me the first book. And that first book is The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. I really wanted to read this series before I went to, I think she wrote the Wild Love series. I really want to read the Wild Love series, if that's by her. No. She's the one that has, like, the one with the pink covers and the blocks of different things, right? That's Lauren Asher, right? Like Wild Love, Wild something something. Wild Dreams, Wild Life. I don't know. Wild Love is the first book though. And I really want to read that. And I said, okay, I'm going to try the fine print first because that came out before. I feel like that's not really fair because, you know, her writing style has obviously evolved. But I wanted to see if I at least joined this series before I went to Lauren Asher's like new series or whatnot because I really want to read that one. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to see if I like the fine print. If I do, I'm going to finish the series and then I'm going to go to Wild Love. You know? See, I got the fine print. And I just know it's about this girl. She one night like submits a drunken entry about a roller coaster because it's like an amusement park type thing, and he accepts it, but he's like a total like jerk. And yeah, that's all I know. I don't read synopsis. I go based off of what YouTubers tell me, because me and YouTubers, there's certain YouTubers like Tiffany Ligon. Me and her, we usually have like similar taste that I've seen. Like me and her usually have similar taste in books. Like usually if she enjoys it, I usually find myself enjoying it. But 𝙬𝙬𝙀 also enjoyed this one. I don't think Tiffany Ligon read this, but I'm just saying, like, for example. But I know 𝙬𝙬𝙀 read this and she really enjoyed it. And there's a few books that she liked that I've liked, and I'm like, okay, maybe since she liked this one, I might like this one. So yeah. Also, you guys, if you guys have been here for long, you guys know I mention like Tiffany Ligon and 𝙬𝙬𝙀 all the time. Like, I swear, if you know, you know. Next up, I got Spiral by Balcabra. I haven't even read Collide. No. I ordered Collide and Spiral at the same time, but Spiral got here and it says Collide's not even supposed to get here until March 17th. I ordered this February 16th. How was the second book here before the first book? Don't ask me. But I stumbled across her page after ordering her books and after receiving it, and basically there's like some angst kind of scenes in here, so I'm really excited to read this. Honestly, like, people say Collide is like Icebreaker's older cousin, so I'm scared for Collide. But Spiral, and she's not that chunky, she's a thin one, so I like this and I cannot wait to read this one. Next up, I really want to break out of my not liking history shell. You guys know I don't like to read like history type of books. I'm not big on history. And I read the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and it was okay. It was alright. Nothing, oh my goodness, I'm gonna think about this forever. No, it was kind of just like, okay, book's over, and I put it back on my shelf. It wasn't extravagant to me. Nothing special. But I've heard a lot of people talk about this book, and I was just like, okay. And I really want to read Daisy Jones and the Six by her, by the way, because a lot of people love that series and it's now a show. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna try a different author because maybe I just need a break from Taylor Jenkins Reid real quick, because I don't know if that's kind of like the style I want to go for. And I got The Secret History by Donna Tartt. And people have been in my Discord server talking about some. Have you read The Secret History? So I think that this one's gonna be really good because people are asking me like if I've read this. So I don't even know if it's like it says it's fiction. I don't know about historical fiction. I think it's historical fiction. If it's not, then this is very misleading, but we're gonna try it. It's an international bestseller. That's something new. I don't see that every day. I always see New York Times bestseller. How is everything a New York Times bestseller? International bestseller is something different. You don't see that every day. So appreciate it. And we have one more book, which I've actually already started. And this is 𝙬𝙬𝙀 Volume 3. I read 𝙬𝙬𝙀 Volume 1 and Volume 2 last year. And then I read 𝙬𝙬𝙀 Volume 3. Well, I'm in the middle of reading it. I'm like this far into it. And you guys will actually get to see me read this in an upcoming video that's coming out soon. You guys will get to see me read part of this because, yeah, the video coming out soon. And I actually have been following like Miriam Bonstrateur for a while. I didn't read 𝙬𝙀. I read her other series, Marionetta, on Webtoon. And then my sister discovered the 𝙬𝙀, like, because I knew that it was a series. I was like, okay, after I finish Marionetta, I'm going to move on to 𝙬𝙀. But while I was in the middle of Marionetta, my sister found out that there were actual graphic novels. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And she was like, yeah, and she started reading them. And then I took them from her. She literally does not have them. I have her physical copies now. And I read them. I loved them. And then after that, I was just forgot about the series, you know? Like, I know what happened in the books. I just forgot about reading it, you know? And every time I went to go buy a book, I was like, I should get 𝙬𝙀 Volume 3. But then I would also always find myself, you know, getting something else. I feel like I need a graphic novel every once in a while. I need a manga every once in a while. I need a graphic novel every once in a while because reading novels back to back to back is not something for me. Because I just feel like sometimes I need pictures. I want pictures sometimes too, guys. And 𝙬𝙀 Volume 3. But I'm not even gonna attempt to hold all these books up because I know that I can't. I usually, when I do a haul, I try to hold them all up. I know I'm basically not gonna be able to because these books are heavy and they're chunky. The last book haul, it was like only one chunky book and I was able to hold them all up. Barely, they almost toppled on top of me. But I know that this time I'm not gonna be able to. So I'm gonna go head off the video here. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit notifications because you never ever miss a video from me. And join the Discord server down below. Join the Facebook book club because we're reading 2 books this month. Powerful by Lauren Roberts, which is a novella, which is the reason why we're reading 2. We usually read 1, but since we're reading a novella, we are doing 2. And we're also doing Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh, starting March 12th. But by the time this comes out, I believe we'll already be switched over to Binding 13. So sorry that you missed Powerful. But you can always go back and still read it because we're preparing for Fearless that comes out next month. And also Lauren Roberts announced her novella. She hasn't announced the title and whatnot, but she announced that there's going to be another novella after Fearless. So yeah, I love you all so much. Thank you all so much for watching. Mega kisses. Video ink. Bye.